on cash and credit purchases. Conditions apply. See in-store for details. Quartz Optical. Value you can see.
Boston global scene. Vincentian Olympic finalist Shafiqa Maloney ran a meet record of 1:59.07 to take the win in the women's 800 meters at the 117th Millrose Games held at the Armory Track and Field Center in New York on Saturday. Maloney, who narrowly missed out on a medal with a fourth-place finish at the Paris Olympics last year, established a new world lead Saturday ahead of Americans Olivia Baker and Keela Edwards. In January 2025, Maloney established a new national benchmark in the women's 600 meters event at the Arkansas Invitational. The event at Randall Tyson Track Center was triumphantly claimed by alum Shafiqa Maloney, who enhanced her national record for St. Vincent and the Grenadines to an impressive 1:24.60. That achievement positioned her as the 9th performer and marks the 10th performance on the all-time world list. The Surveillance Committee of the Ministry of Health, Wellness and the Environment in a statement has noted the typical increase in the reports of viral respiratory infections expected in the months of November to February, known as the flu season in SVG. The Surveillance Committee reported the following of the Epidemiology Week 5, January 26 to February 1st, 2025. Cases of gastroenteritis, fever, and respiratory infections in persons older than 5 years and undifferentiated fever were reported over the threshold of what is normal. There were 12 cases of influenza A, including one person who was hospitalized. There was one case each of chickenpox, toxoplasmosis, scabies, and hepatitis A. There were 77 cases of hand, foot, and mouth disease. For the year to date, there were 66 cases of influenza A, 2 imported cases of H3N2, and 156 cases of hand, foot, and mouth disease. Hand, foot, and mouth disease is a common viral illness among infants and children under the age of 5 years, but can also occur in older children and adults, and usually gets better on its own within 7 to 10 days. The Ministry of Health has emphasized that it is important to note that hand, foot, and mouth disease is not the same as foot and mouth disease that affects farm animals. The disease can be spread from person to person through close personal contact, contact with feces, changing diapers of an infected person, and hands are not thoroughly washed after, and touching contaminated surfaces, then touching your eyes, nose, or mouth before washing your hands. Although fatalities and hospitalization of HFMD are low, the ministry has noted that it will continue to monitor the situation closely. Still on the local scene, the Royal St. Vincent and the Grenadines Police Force is investigating the circumstances surrounding a house fire that occurred in French's at approximately 6 p.m. on February 6, 2025. Police and fire personnel responded to reports of a fire at a 2-story concrete and wooden house owned by Angus Beebs Robinson, a resident of French's. Despite efforts to bring the blaze under control, the house was completely destroyed. No other house in the vicinity sustained damage. Upon revisiting the scene on February 7th, fire personnel discovered the remains of Robinson within the debris. A post-mortem examination is expected to be conducted to ascertain the cause of death. Investigations are ongoing to determine the cause of the fire. The RSVGPF Fire Brigade has urged anyone with information that could assist in the investigation to come forward. On to news in the region. Barbados Prime Minister and CARICOM Chair, Mayor Amor Motley, has been honored with the 2025 Zayed Award for Human Fraternity, recognizing her global leadership in climate action and policy reform. The award committee highlighted Motley's significant contributions to climate advocacy, particularly noting her launch of the Bridgetown Initiative in 2022. This groundbreaking proposal calls for fundamental reforms to global financial systems to address climate inequality and support vulnerable nations. Under Motley's leadership, Barbados has set ambitious environmental goals, including a commitment to transition to 100% renewable energy by 2030. Her administration has prioritized investments in solar, wind, and other clean energy sources to reduce the Caribbean nations' dependence on fossil fuels. She has also pioneered innovative financial solutions, such as debt for climate swaps, which allows countries to redirect national debt payments towards climate resilience projects. The Zayed Award for Human Fraternity celebrates individuals and organizations that make outstanding contributions to human progress and peaceful coexistence. Residents of Chisholm in St. Lucia said they want the two men who were charged with attempted murder for hacking 4 family members to feel the full brunt of the law if found guilty. According to Loop News, on Wednesday, February 5, 2025, 2 suspects were both charged with 4 counts of attempted murder each. The suspects were Van Mark and Kendall Sansion. The incident occurred on Friday, January 31, 2025, at Industry Chisholm, when a known assailant barged into the family's home and hacked all those present several times about their bodies. The victims were a father, mother, daughter, and a 5-year-old boy. Robert Labadie, a family member of the victims, witnessed them lying in a pool of blood in the house, grimacing in pain in the aftermath of the attack. He said his young nephew was discharged from the hospital on Thursday, February 6th. He added that the rest of the victims are still hospitalized and are in need of blood. Some residents, who are still struggling to come to terms with the brutality of the attack, said that the accused should be treated in the most barbaric manner if found guilty. On to the international scene. Crews are still working to recover the bodies of 10 people killed in a plane crash in Alaska, officials have said. The Cessna Grand Caravan aircraft, operated by regional operator Bering Air, was traveling from Unalakleet to Nome on Thursday when it lost radar contact. 9 passengers and a pilot were on board the plane when it came down in Norton Sound, about 34 miles southeast of Nome, a city on Alaska's west coast. Among the dead were 2 employees of the Alaska Native Tribal Health Consortium. The non-profit organization on Friday said they had traveled to Unalakleet to carry out maintenance work on a water plant. Finally, in sports, the Philadelphia Eagles demolished the Kansas City Chiefs to deny them an unprecedented 3rd straight Super Bowl. The Chiefs were playing in their 5th Super Bowl in 6 years, and much of the pregame hype focused on the potential three-peat. But the Eagles dominated in New Orleans, and in particular their defense, which showed why it has been NFL's best this season. Kansas City star quarterback Patrick Mahomes was sacked 6 times and threw 2 interceptions as the Chiefs' bid for NFL immortality was ruthlessly squashed in the Superdome. It is the Eagles' 2nd Super Bowl win, having claimed their first in 2018. This has been WFM's Midday News. I have been your presenter, Shanica Stapleton. Join us again at 3 o'clock for WFM's 3 p.m. news. WFM's Midday News came to you with the kind compliments of Courts St. Vincent Limited.
Need a little cash to hold you over till payday? Don't panic. We're here to help. Put some extra cash in your pockets with Court's Ready Cash Loan. No security required. 24-hour approval. All you need is your ID, payslip, 2 references, 1 recent job letter, and proof of address. Don't delay. Get what you need with a Court's Ready Cash Loan. Visit us today at any of our Quartz or Ready Cash locations. Quartz Ready Cash, ready when you are.
Have you ever heard about Logs Cash and Carry? Well, let me tell you, Logs Cash and Carry provides retail products at affordable prices, making them competitive with major supermarkets. Logs Cash and Carry also provide wholesale on some products, mainly from Log Enterprises. You can get toiletries, cleaning supplies, shortening, margarine, wholesale drinks, and canned goods at competitive prices. Logs Cash and Carry is located at the top of Fountain Stretch, VG Highway. Our opening hours are Mondays to Saturdays from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Logs Cash and Carry. We look forward to serving you.
It's everything you'll ever want from everywhere. Real easy. Shop on the net. Use eZone Internet Delivery. Get your online shopping delivered right to your door. A revolution, your evolution. Go shop the world. eZone, eZone. From everywhere. Real easy. eZone. Go shop fast, easy, affordable. Shop on the net and get it here through the eZone.
eZone St. Vincent, local agent to BMC agencies.
Searchlight newspaper is celebrating love with an exciting giveaway. Love Letter Today. You and your partner can win an exciting ATV biking adventure for two, courtesy of Coastal Adrenaline, a romantic dinner for two at Grenadine's house, or a relaxing couples massage and pedicure. To enter, write a heartfelt letter telling us why your partner is the perfect match for you. If you are single, share what qualities you seek in your ideal partner. Purchase any edition of the Searchlight newspaper between January 17th and February 7th, 2025, and submit your letter along with your newspaper clipping, name, and contact details. Drop it into our promotional box at Searchlight's office. Write your love letter today.
99.9.
When I'm feeling under the weather, you just make me feel sweet. Ice the cocoa tea, use the sugar, and together we are complete, darling. Heat me up. Only you alone can put fire back in the soul. Heat me up. And you're telling me I should leave that fire alone. Well, the more they tell me, the more I'm holding you close. I could never let you go. Miss Ocean, girl, I'm coming home, I will see you again. All day through the night, I'm dreaming. Yeah, Miss Ocean, when you turn it up, make it smooth, my darling. When outside is pouring rain, put a pot on the fire, bubbling, you're bubbling, you're bubbling it over. Raise the temperature higher, coming in, you're coming in, you're coming in closer. Make the thing get your fire. It's all on the ground, all over the counter, yeah. With that pot on the fire, yeah. It's your cocoa boy. I barely could concentrate. I feel a sugar rush in my vein. One cup, it does make my day. I'm missing it when I'm gonna love for you. Heat me up. Only you alone can put fire back in the soul. Heat me up. Girl, you are that thing I could never leave you alone. No. And no matter what they could say, I hold in you close. I could never let you go. Miss Ocean, girl, I'm coming home, I will see you again. All day through the night, I'm dreaming. Yeah, Miss Ocean, when you turn it up, make it smooth, my darling. When outside is pouring rain, put a pot on the fire. Bubbling, you're bubbling, you're bubbling it over. Raise the temperature higher. Coming in, you're coming in, you're coming in closer. Make the thing get your fire. It's all on the ground, all over the counter, yeah. With that pot on the fire, yeah.
It's Cocoa Tea from Kess. Right now we bring to you WeFM's Viewpoint, with today's presenter being Pastor Vero Blake.
Heat me up. Only you alone can put fire back in the soul. Heat me up. And they're telling me I should leave that fire alone. Well, the more they tell me, the more I'm holding you close. I could never let you go. Miss Social, Miss Social. Girl, I'm coming home, I will see you again. All day through the night, I'm dreaming. Yeah, Miss Social, Miss Social. When you turn it up, make it smooth, my darling. When no FM is the more I'm holding you close. Program again today. I want to continue looking at the dangers of alcohol as we began last week. It is said that when the bloodstream is 0.2 of 1% alcohol, the drinker thinks he can fight anybody in the crowd. When it is 0.4 of 1%, he is in a drunken stupor. And when it is 0.6 of 1%, he is in danger of death. Alcoholism kills almost 25,000 people a year, it is said, in France, the country which has more cases of cirrhosis of the liver than any other in the world. Official statistics also show that the average Frenchman drinks 31 gallons of wine a year. Friends, alcohol is a narcotic. Hold a mouthful of spirits, whiskey for instance, in your mouth for 5 minutes and you will find it burns severely. Inspect the mouth and you will find it inflamed. Hold it for 10 or 15 minutes and you'll find that various parts of the interior of the mouth have become blistered. Then tie a handkerchief over the eyes and taste, for instance, water, vinegar, milk, or senna, and you will find that you are incapable of distinguishing one from the other. This experiment proves to a certain that alcohol is not only a violent irritant, but also a narcotic.